Over the course of the next few days, Bridget found more notes on her car. The second and third one said, "Hello," but the fourth one said, "Thank you." She began to think it wasn't one of the children, even though the handwriting was in the same childlike scrawl. They were too persistent. Since the notes sounded harmless, Bridget decided to accept them in the friendly manner she felt they appeared. To take her mind off the notes, Bridget continued to mull over the other mystery in her life, the walking woman. Each time Bridget watched the woman eat the sandwiches and other items she left, a sense of warmth settled in her soul. She put her hand over her beating heart and realized it was the first time in a long while she even noticed its existence. Bridget wondered if the woman and the notes were connected. The time frame fit. When she gave it more thought, however, her doubt grew. She couldn't imagine someone who read so much leaving such childlike notes. The scribble didn't fit the image Bridget had of the blonde. Based on the titles she had seen the woman reading when she sat next to her at lunch, the woman was obviously educated. Well educated, at least when it came to reading. Thursday morning brought a heavy rain that continued into the afternoon. The rain didn't stop the woman from her walk, even though it soaked both her and her book. Bridget watched as she struggled to turn the saturated pages without ripping them. She stopped walking each time to turn a page. Bridget saw her stand in front of the wordsmith as she carefully turned a page before she continued her walk. Bridget couldn't bear the sight of the bedraggled woman and her book any longer. She grabbed an umbrella from a box under the counter and left the store. Bridget approached the woman and blocked her way. "Hi," Bridget said. Although she hoped for an answer, she didn't expect one. The woman didn't look up from her book, but also made no move to go around her. She was trembling. Bridget couldn't tell if it was from the cold rain or some emotional reaction. "Remember me? I was wondering if you'd like to come in and warm up for a bit. You're soaked. I can get you some hot coffee or chocolate if you prefer." Lifting her head just slightly, the woman glanced toward the store. Her eyes returned to look down at her feet a second later. Still, she said nothing. "Well, if I can't convince you to step in out of the rain, then at least take this," Bridget said with a bit of harshness in her voice, and thrust the umbrella at the woman. "Don't worry about giving it back. I pulled it from the lost and found." The woman reached out and took the umbrella from Bridget. Their fingers touched for the briefest moment. The woman's fingers were cold, but they left a sense of warmth, as if the woman was trying to gather heat from her. Bridget also felt a warmth somewhere inside herself. But it wasn't a physical warmth. Rather, it was an emotional one. The type you felt when surrounded by family or close friends. Bridget was at a loss to explain what she was sensing, or why. "Please try and get dry," Bridget said, as she stepped out of the woman's way. The woman stood still another moment before walking away. When next the woman walked by the store, Bridget was relieved to see her carrying the open umbrella in one hand and her book in the other.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.